Hi guys, and welcome back to the Start menu, and we have a bit of a different video for you today. We are going to take a deep dive into all things Fable. So grab your controller or your phone or whatever device you choose to be on, because this is going to be interactive. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. First, we're going to go and sit back and we're going to relax and we're going to watch developers direct video, and we're going to break down and talk about some of the things, and also I want to hear what you guys have to say. So I would like you to relax, pull up a chair, as the Start menu proudly presents the upcoming game, Fable 2026. Let's go. Right, here we go.
Hi, welcome to Playground Games, where I'm thrilled to share our very first deep dive into a game we've been making here for a really, really long time. Fable.
Oh man. And the music.
Playground Games is renowned for fun, immersive, and visually stunning open-world experiences. Since 2010, we've been developing the Forza Horizon series right here in Royal Leamington Spa, a charming little town in the middle of England. As Horizon has grown, so have we. Over the past few years, we've built a new team to carry that reputation into a new genre that we are incredibly passionate about. Fable is Playground's first open-world action RPG, and we couldn't be more proud to be carrying on the work of the legendary Lionhead Studios, the original creators of the franchise. And although our game is a new beginning, I think what we're making is really faithful to the spirit of the classic Lionhead trilogy that we all love. At the heart of our game is a simple, recurring question. What does it mean to you to be a hero? Our game is about choices and their consequences. It's packed with action, drama, British humour, moral dilemmas, and quite a few chickens. All of this combines in a fairy tale which could only be Fable.
Oh, the score is beautiful.
In classic Fable fashion, you begin the game as a child, growing up in the sleepy rural village of Briar Hill. It's here.
Right, let's just pause it there. This is Briar Hill, and this is footage straight from the game. And already, this looks amazing. Like, just the scale, the sheer feel of it.
That in a moment of extreme danger, your heroic powers first emerge, and we discover that you are Albion's first hero in a generation. But not long afterwards, disaster strikes, and the people of your village, including your beloved grandma, are turned to stone by a mysterious stranger. Suddenly alone in the world, you'll set off on an adventure which will change Albion forever.
That's what we like to hear.
Venturing out into the world is a huge moment, because this is Albion like you've never seen it before. Idyllic rolling hills, magical forests, bustling villages, sleepy hamlets, oversized vegetable patches, and stunning vistas. And because our Albion is truly open world, for the first time, you'll be able to explore this rich and detailed world seamlessly, with the freedom to go where you want from early in the game.
So that's amazing, just seeing that. I mean, the landscape, like, hopefully, if the map is as big as it looks from that image, it's going to be incredible, especially with the seamless. Obviously, I grew up with playing the Fable games, the original trilogy with Lionhead Studios. Shout out to them because amazing work. And I just remember there was loading screens, of course. Talking back in the day now, loading screens, it wasn't seamless from moving from one place to the other. But even the areas that they had when you did come out of the loading screens, they were quite big, especially for the time. Especially Fable 2, it's my favorite Fable. I just remember being in Bowerstone, going to the market, going up to Fairfax Castle, being up in the mountains, down in the valleys, into the industrial area, all these different things. And this world just seemed like, at the time, massive. Even though that there were loading screens between each section, there was a lot of game and bang for your buck, especially back then when we're talking Xbox 360 days. And I just remember falling in love with this game and being just so lost in it, for the simple fact that you had so much going on. There was the main story, of course. There was like this new system in place where your decisions actively affected the game as it progressed, and also this sense of reputation and feeling that you had. All these things were in the old game, and it's great to see that it looks like they're going to include it into the new game. And just seeing this, that it's going to be open world and seamless, moving through one place to the next, is just getting me like really excited.
Can't wait to welcome you back to Albion's iconic capital city, Bowerstone. Home to Fairfax Castle, the old clock tower, and the legendary Heroes Guild.
It's a huge city, full of contrasts. Rich and poor, nobles and commoners, royalty and criminals. You'll spend plenty of time here during the game as you discover the
It
secrets
just
of the
looks
Heroes
so
Guild
familiar.
and its reclusive guildmaster, Humphrey the Golden.
Humphrey.
In the north of Albion, you'll find mountains, craggy coastlines, spooky marshes, and the bleak, windswept city of Bloodstone. Here, you'll meet the leaders of two rival gangs, vying for power, and uncover the secrets of the sinister but extremely well-organized Cult of Shadows. Our Albion is beautiful, handcrafted, and richly detailed.
In Albion, heroes are special, different. They're stronger than
Fairfax
regular
Castle
people.
right there.
They're more skillful, more charismatic. More importantly, they're those rare humans who can harness and use magic in the world around them. They have the power to do what they want.
And so do you. In our game, we want you to play as the hero you want to be. And that starts with being able to choose how your hero character looks.
So, in Fable, you'll be able to pick from a range of different character heads and customize your clothing, hair, skin tone, tattoos,
This is
and
amazing.
scars. So the hero you play represents you.
But as well as your appearance, you can be the hero you want to be through the way you play, through the skills and abilities you learn, and through the weapons you use.
Just like the classic trilogy, heroes in our game fight with a combination of strength, skill, and will. Seamlessly blending melee and ranged weapons with magical abilities
It's a chicken.
gives us style-moving combat,
Kicking the chicken.
allowing you to show off your personal playstyle against single opponents and large groups of enemies alike. Melee is at the heart of our close quarters combat. You'll use light and heavy combos, often knocking enemies off balance and executing stylish finishers.
Ooh.
Swap to your ranged weapon to bypass enemy guard and deal with troublesome flying enemies. And of course, you'll be able to unleash your powerful spells to both manipulate and devastate your opponents.
We're excited to be bringing back
The
some
score.
fan-favorite adversaries for you to fight.
Good old Hobbs.
Hobbs are back, as are Balverines, Hollowfolk, and Trolls.
Oh wow,
And we're
did he
adding
just
brand new
take his
enemies
leg
too,
out?
like this fearsome cockatrice, a giant fire-breathing chicken. Each enemy family is different, with their own weaknesses to exploit and defenses to overcome. But with all the unique tools in your combat toolbox, how you defeat your enemies is up to you.
Right, so there was a lot to unpack there, and what kind of stands out to me straight away is the player customization looks amazing. Hopefully, it's as detailed as they kind of showed there, because that's one of the things that me, particularly growing up playing Fable, it was amazing, but all you could choose was male or female. It was limited. Obviously, in terms of appearance, I remember you could kind of make yourself fat or thin. That was kind of pretty much it, and that was usually down to the gameplay choices that you made. If you were eating like a lot of things, I remember spamming just wheels of cheese because I had to complete a mission where I needed to be grotesque and I needed to be severely overweight and also have boils and stuff on my face. Basically, I had to move the meter of beauty to the far extreme and then get it all the way back to the other end of it. Obviously, subjective area, but hey, everybody's taste. And I remember that being a mission, a side mission, where you had to basically get the scale to the far end of ugly and then bring it all the way back, and that was an achievement that you could unlock. Can't remember the name of the achievement, but I remember that was a particular thing. So that was pretty much the extent of customization: male, female, and then that was kind of it. But you couldn't choose skin color. You had somewhat a little bit of control, but it wasn't an extensive wheel of customization. Same with clothes. I remember was quite detailed actually. You could choose kind of what clothes you were, but it felt like you were kind of swayed down a path where, because appearance was such a huge thing in terms of how the crowd and how the villagers would interact with you, you kind of felt limited to having to choose a certain amount of things. But of course, everybody probably remembers dressing up as the giant chicken and going to the chicken races at that tiny village. The chicken races, please bring the chicken races back. That's definitely something I'm voting for, something that I want to see. But yeah, what do you guys want to see in terms of character customization? What are you most excited about here? Would you kind of make yourself, or would you make, like, I don't know, your D&D character, bring it back to life, or would you just make a completely random hero and just kind of play with it a little bit? Yeah, let's see what the next bit has in store.
There's more to being a hero in Albion than fighting, so much more. When we talk to people about their favorite memories of the original games, so many of their stories were about the stuff you can do when you weren't just being a hero. The normal, everyday stuff which happened when you interacted with the people of Albion.
For me, what I remember most vividly are the inhabitants of Albion and the things you can do with them or to them.
The crazy thing about the classic Fable games was that in the middle of a sprawling RPG was almost a complete other game where you could just mess around with the villagers and townsfolk.
And we've built that same experience in the middle of our game too. Buying a house, getting a job, making some money.
Romancing a villager.
The jobs are amazing.
Getting married. Having kids.
Trying to get the
Fancy a date?
perfect beer top.
Perfect. You can get to know me better.
Or can you just date anyone?
Buying another house.
That was the same
Buying
as
every
before.
house in Albion.
But that's
Buying
great.
every business in Albion. Getting
Yeah,
rich.
I did that.
Marrying a bunch more people, having a bunch more kids, probably getting divorced along the way for good measure.
And this game within a game is unique to Fable. It's systemic, interconnected, and you see the ripple effects of the things you do everywhere you go.
Two things. First thing was weapons. We looked at weapons. We just saw a little glimpse of them making the weapons. So it'd be interesting to know is if you can make your own weapons inside the blacksmith. Obviously, the blacksmith being a job that has been through the Fables before, that was kind of the way where you got that early start game money built up just until you could buy that first property and start renting it out. I remember doing that in Fable 2 especially, and Fable 3, but Fable 2 I remember doing that, running all the way back to the travelers camp where you start in the beginning of the game, and I was buying basically all the caravans and renting them all out, which is probably weird because they're probably all family members of yours. It's just like buy all the houses and then charge them double the rent. But I remember doing that. That's going to be interesting. And then the other thing is it was quite a different style of fighting that we saw. So it was kind of like we had the short sword where it was like very much like fencing kind of style, and then we had the long sword where it was very much like your traditional RPG MMO, where basically big swings, big parries, that kind of stuff. And then you had a hammer, which obviously those big movements. I remember in Fable 3, it had more of kind of a feel for those kind of movements, but it didn't look as much in this detail. And I'm sure there's going to be loads of finishers when it comes to defeating enemies. And it's going to probably make a difference on kind of the damage you can do with each enemies too. Because I remember the damage in Fable 2 and 3 especially, there was a bit of a difference, but it kind of didn't really matter which weapon you choose. And then the other thing is, and for those, I won't mention any spoilers on here if anybody hasn't played the first original 3 Fable games. Nothing that will spoil the game anyway, but if you've played Fable 2, and you had a family, I wonder what you chose at the end, because I literally cried. I literally cried. I had to do some serious reflection, and the same in Fable 3 as well. It was, yeah, some serious dark room, turn off all the lights, sit in a corner, muttering to myself about my decisions that I'd made.
And all of this revolves around the people who live in Albion, who we call the living population. There are more than 1,000 of them, and every single one is unique. Each of them has a name, a role, a daily routine, and their own personality. You could follow any one of them for a day and just watch them live their life.
Wow.
They'll get up, go to work, spend some leisure time on hobbies, then go home to bed.
But what's even cooler is that you can talk to every single one of them in fully voiced conversations and interact with them in loads of different ways. Maybe the job they go to is working for you because you hired them to work in one of your businesses.
Hey, you. Working hard? How can I help you, boss?
Maybe the bed they sleep in is in a house you own because you're the landlord.
Or maybe their bed is on the street because you evicted them.
All right.
Oh, it's you. You're awful.
And all of the stuff you do affects what they think of you.
You're a legend.
Because everything you do builds your reputation.
Is that beanstalk in the background?
Now that's an hero right there.
Morality has always been super important to Fable. That tension between good and evil underpinned all of the original games. And morality is central to our game too. But we have a slightly different take on it.
For us, morality isn't black and white. There are lots of grey areas.
Reputation green.
And importantly,
As it should be.
morality is subjective.
Agreed.
No two people see things exactly the same way. And that's how it works in our game too.
Everything you do earns you a reputation. And every person in Albion will have a different reaction to you as a result.
Hello there.
Yeah, we get it. You're rich.
They'll remember things you did directly to them, they'll love you or hate you
Very
for the
English.
choices you make, and they will always tell you why. Although, usually from a safe distance.
Our game will never judge you. But the people of Albion will, loudly.
Imbecile.
Look at the size
Your
of this.
reputation is created by the choices you make, and you are going to make a lot of them. Big choices, little choices, moral choices, and some choices that will actually change the landscape of Albion for
go.
the rest of your game. We call this idea, your choices change the world. Let's give you an example.
Early in the game, you'll meet a character named Dave, an egotistical gardener in a rural village
Shout
who
out.
discovers a magical growth formula. He accidentally turns himself into a giant and becomes a big problem. It'll be your job to deal with him, and ultimately will be your choice whether to kill him or to spare him. If you kill him, his giant corpse will lie on the farmland just outside of town for the rest of the game.
And that is going to affect house prices. It will also affect what a lot
The
of the
important
villagers
bit.
think about you.
House prizes.
Especially Dave's sister. In Fable, the choices you make will define you. What does being a hero mean to you?
That's what we've come to expect from Fable games. So decisions that change the world now, with the power that we have now in a lot of the consoles and the developers, and just the vastness of how big these teams can be. I'm expecting that these decisions will just be like make huge differences into the games, and even your little decisions. I remember playing the original Fables, and your decisions did change the course of the game. It changed the outcomes for sure, and it also changed how people viewed you. And it seems that they've kept that original idea in there, and hopefully they have grown upon it. And I'll be interested to see how that unfolds going through. But that's definitely going to be something really fun, especially something so early in game, as they've just stated, that can make a huge impact on the game going forward. Again, I remember Fable 3, one of the things was making contracts. So you're making deals with people all around Albion, and with those deals, different things kind of happen. So you either got consequences or you got things that were good. And I remember one of them being an industrial decision where you can turn Lower Bowerstone Market into an industrial, revolutionize the industry a bit down there. Making that decision made a huge impact on that entire area. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these decisions will affect the game throughout, because if I could give a little criticism, was a lot of those decisions that impacted the game kind of happened towards the end of the game. So you felt like kind of as you were roaming around the rest of Albion when things had changed, there wasn't that much to do, especially for someone like me who likes to do the side quests along with the rest of the game before progressing fully through the story. It just felt like, oh, this world's completely changed and there's not really much to do other than just walk around and see what it looks like.
I agree for beautiful, immersive, open-world experiences. Yes, they've typically involved sports cars, but this is a passion project for all of us here.
Every member of this team, which we've built from scratch, has two key things in common: a deep love for the franchise and a burning desire to bring it back. We're making this for Fable fans just like us, but also to introduce Fable to gamers who've never played the series before. It's been great
Join,
to finally
guys.
tell you a
Honestly.
little about the game we're making.
I'm
There'll be
excited for
much more
everyone.
to share as we get closer to our launch. I'm excited to tell you today that Fable is coming to Xbox, PC, and PlayStation in autumn 2026. From all
Let's
of us
go.
here, thanks for watching.
So, like I say, guys, that sounds unbelievable. I can't wait to get my hands on this game. And actually, next month, Masters of Albion comes out, which I'm looking to hopefully do a live stream. So go over to the channel and you'll see in the post section, I've left it down to you guys, a little voting to see if you would like me to do it as a live stream. I'm hopefully going to do Fable when it comes out as a live stream, but I want to know what you guys have to think and your input. So this is on the Playground Games website. What they have said. So Fable is coming to Xbox Series X and S and Game Pass, Steam, PlayStation 5 in autumn 2026. So put it on your wish list. It's coming, guys. Featuring a beautiful, vibrant open world, Fable is a stunning reboot to the beloved franchise. Become the hero you want to be and return to Albion, where each choice shapes your journey. Reputation is everything, and fairy tale endings are never guaranteed. So, a new beginning for a legendary franchise. So, this is a reboot, complete new reboot of the Fable franchise as the first hero in a generation, exploring a living Albion filled with peculiar characters, dark humor, and chickens. Lots of chickens. This isn't just nostalgia, it's a new beginning set in a beautifully vibrant open world. So, for all those people that are new to Fable, have never played it or not even heard of it, and you're here, I'm telling you, this is going to be a big one, and hopefully you're going to enjoy it. It's interesting looking at the mechanisms and the fightings from the video. It looks very similar to like a Hogwarts Legacy, where you've got kind of that wheel at the bottom. It's not just nostalgia, but for all those veterans and all those OGs, this one's for us as well, and we'll get to see our beloved Albion coming to life in beautiful 4K as we probably had in our minds when we were kids. Be the hero you want to be. Create your own unique hero and wield powerful weapons as you weave melee, ranged, and magical combat. Same as before. Take on bandits, beasts, and creatures, including brand new enemies. That'll be interesting. And fan favorites like hobs, balverines, and trolls. Your power grows right alongside your reputation. So, again, what we kind of seen before. Weapons look interesting. It'll be interesting to see for the blacksmith we can make weapons for ourselves. If not, it also would just be interesting to see what kinds of weapons there are. Obviously, we saw a few in the video, which looks really good. Build an extraordinary life beyond all combat lives, the living world. So this bit is kind of what made Fable so special for me, especially, and for my siblings. When we played this was kind of funny just to see what everybody else was doing outside the regular game. I remember my sister playing Fable, and a memory that lives with me was going, "Oh, what are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm just getting married to the tailor so I can get good deals on all the clothes inside Albion." I'm like, fair enough, great motivation, whatever. Got married. I then left the room for a few hours, came back. What she was doing was she was luring the tailor into a hob cave, trying to get the hobs to turn him into a hob or kill him. And then revealed that this was her way that she wanted to have her husband die so that she didn't have to lose all the business stuff and lose all the money and all the discounts at this clothing thing. Obviously, something very deep living deep down in the pits of her soul there. Let's not unpack it, but I'm sure somebody will one day. But I thought that was hilarious. And then again, the funny part of it was the game obviously prepared for this. She was successful. Her husband got killed and she became a widow. However, somebody found out that she'd executed her husband, luring him into a hob cave. The community of Albion came and took her children away from her. So that is the level of detail that we're talking about when it comes to this old school game. So it'd be interesting to see how they've implemented it and kind of tried to outthink the players with any kind of strategy that you might want to get. So yeah, building your identity, you get to build your player in your own likeness or as your D&D character or as anybody and just kind of become the player that you wish to be. Romancing a villager, all three, as it says, have a bunch of kids, watch your reputation precedes you. Being a hero is a bit like being a celebrity. If celebrities carried swords and occasionally battled giant fire-breathing chickens, wouldn't we love to see that? Your choices change the world, with hero's reputation, how the villagers react to you, and also your deeds and your questionable decisions affect relationships with each villager and can shape the world around you. Whose opinion matters most? The choice is yours, and so are the consequences. It's up to you to decide what it means to be a hero, and that is Fable. Go over to the post channel, there's plenty of things to vote on right now. And if you've enjoyed this video, then please be sure to hit that like button on your way out and subscribe. We'd love to have you as part of the family. And yeah, Fable, guys, 2026, it's coming. And yeah, let me know what you're most excited for. I will say they bring back the betting and they bring back the chicken races, because I spent so much coin betting on the chickens in the village, trying to get my money back at the chicken races. That is definitely something I hope to see in the game. As an honorary second one, what I would say is I would love to have an animal companion. I love that feature in the original, and I loved it going through each game with your animal companion. So yeah, those are my two. I'll see you next week for some more content. As always, take care, guys.